Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On my Instagram, I asked you guys to ask me some questions for a Q&A for YouTube. I've screenshotted all the questions and I have it on my mom's phone because I record on my phone. I can just look down here and answer them for you. The first question is, why do you never respond to DMs or comments? So I don't really respond to comments just because I get a lot of them, or I just like them. Just know liking them, I still appreciate them and I still love when you guys comment. I will definitely try to reply more. I'm sorry I don't, but I usually just like most of my comments. I've always done that, but I will definitely try harder. As well as DMs, I get a lot of them, so it's kind of hard to just go through every single one. I do reply to some people, but I will definitely try harder to be able to reply to you guys. The second question is, hardest part about being a single mom. I think I get a lot of help. Her dad gets her a lot now, and I have my family's help. I think the hardest part about being a single mom is just getting things done. Even though you do have help, I mean, it's mostly on you. So like, you have laundry, cleaning, watching the kid, making sure they're eating, making sure they have like their nap time. So it's like, when you're by yourself or like not having help, that is a struggle, and I think that is hard, especially when you're going to college like me. It is hard to keep up with everything and making sure you're on time with school and all of that. That is definitely the hardest part right now for me, is being able to keep up with school and like make sure I'm on time with everything and keeping up with Blake. The next question is my favorite place to buy clothes for me and Blake. So I'm pretty tiny. I'm 5'1" and I'm like in smalls and stuff. So I love like Q and Rue 21, I think, and like Forever 21 and all that, because like they have really tiny clothes. If I go into some stores, their smalls aren't like small enough for me. So I love that. Or I love Plato's Closet. That is another place. For Blake, I love Carter's. So either Carter's or thrift stores, just stuff like that, or Target, but it can get really expensive at Carter's and Target. So usually I like to go to thrift stores and look for clothes for her there. The next question is, what is my life goals? What are my life goals? So I have a lot of goals. I have mentioned in my last videos that I want to become a detective. So that is definitely a further back goal that I want to achieve when I have like my life together, I would say. But I definitely want to achieve that goal. My near goals are moving out, getting my own place with Blake, finishing college first, and start to be able to save money to be able to move out, but getting my medical assisting job and starting that, and then being able to save to move out with Blake and I. But my biggest goal I have in life is obviously to raise Blake the best I can and to be there for her and just raise her awesome and then to be a detective later in life. The next question is, what is my favorite thing about being a mom? So I get asked this a lot. There's so many different things I love being about a mom. It's crazy. Blake took her first steps last week, and that was an amazing moment for me. Like, just seeing her go from like a little nugget that doesn't do anything when she was newborn to like she's walking. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, she's taken steps. Just watching her grow from crawling to just being a proud mom, like that is my favorite feeling, is just being proud of her and just watching her grow and watching her get past all these accomplishments, and just I love it. It's the best feeling, being a proud mom. I think that's what is my favorite thing about seeing it, is just her growing. The next question is, what was the most difficult time you went through when you were pregnant with Blake? So when I was pregnant with Blake, I went through a lot of difficult times. Her dad and I didn't talk for most of my pregnancy. We did not have a good friendship and we're not on good terms. That was really hard on me because I was scared about Blake's future, just like what it would be like for her dad and I. I knew we would be co-parenting, but it's still, when like we were butting heads all the time, when we finally started talking, and it was just scary. I think that was the hardest part for me, was just what was gonna come of Blake and how I was gonna be able to handle what was going on. But it ended up turning out fine, and it ended up okay, but I was just so scared in that moment, and my emotions and hormones were going crazy, so that didn't help at all. But I wasn't that scared having Blake. Yeah, that was probably the most difficult, was just between her dad and I, and just butting heads all the time. The next question is, are you seeing anyone, and do you want more kids in the future? So I am not seeing anyone. I am just a single mom doing my own thing. I definitely want to focus on school and getting my medical assisting job. I don't really want to focus on boys right now. College right now and Blake that I'm focusing on. And I do want more kids. So I honestly want around 3 kids. So Blake's already 1, so I want 2 more. Anything works for me, but I definitely want 2 more kids. The next question is, how is school? School is awesome. I love it way more compared to cosmetology school. It was just not my thing. But I actually learned how to give a shot last week to someone, so I gave them a shot. It was super scary, but if you are looking into medical assisting, I highly recommend it. I love it, and I was very scared to stick a needle in someone, but it's not bad at all. The next question is, how long did you breastfeed Blake for? So I am actually still breastfeeding. Blake is gonna be a year old this Sunday, 6 more days, and she's gonna be a year old. So I'm still breastfeeding until she's a year old, and I'm actually weaning off. So I only breastfeed her twice a day, in the morning and then at nighttime, but that is the only time that I breastfeed her because I'm trying to wean her off. The next question is, does Blake sleep through the night? So she actually does now. She just started sleeping through the night 2 days ago. The funny thing is, she sleeps through the night at her dad's house all the time, but I think since I'm still breastfeeding, she wakes up to breastfeed. So she actually just ended up starting sleeping through the night. So I'm finally getting my sleep back. She wakes up around 6, and then I bring her in my bed and we lay down for about an hour, and then we get up. But I am so thankful she's finally sleeping through the night. The next question is, how many piercings do I have? Okay, so let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11. I have 2 belly piercings, 1 up here, these 2 in my ear, and then 2. So 11, yeah. I have 11 piercings. The next question is, what are your views on bed sharing? So I actually always used to share my bed with Blake. I still do. I mean, like I said, I bring her in bed in the morning, but when she wasn't sleeping through the night, I'd bring her in bed with me at like 1 in the morning, and she'd sleep with me. My opinion, I like half awake throughout the night. Ever since she was a newborn, I was always half awake whenever she was in bed with me, because it is scary to roll over on your baby, and you never know what could happen. But as long as you're not like a deep sleeper, I think it's totally fine, and I do it myself, so I know I'm half awake half the time. The next question is, how do you make time for yourself as a mother? So I don't have a lot of time. Whenever she's with her dad, I have my own time, but I'm also doing motherly things like laundry, Blake's laundry, cleaning, or just doing college, because I have to do that every day. And so I don't have a lot of time for myself, and my friends are pretty busy, so I don't hang out with them too much. But when I can, I sometimes just bring Blake along, and that still feels like fun time to me. It's not like, it's still my time, but with Blake. The next question is, how did you handle being pregnant in high school? So I actually just didn't care. I didn't care what people thought. I was told I couldn't go to prom. Like, just people's opinions were like, you can't go to prom, you won't be able to walk at graduation. And I still went. I went to prom. I was in a red dress. It's on my Instagram. I was showing my bump and everything, and I just didn't care what people thought. At my school, no one really said anything, as long as, I didn't hear anything for what people said, but like I said, I just was minding my own business and just not caring what other people thought. The next question is, what is your funniest memory of Blake? I think one of the funniest memories I have of her is whenever we shake our head like this and just like playing, she'll just shake it back and just like laugh. And I think that's so funny because like she's finally starting to get like to copy. So I'll be like this and then she'll do it back. But then when we say like no or like don't touch that, then she thinks this as a joke. But I still think it's super funny to be able to watch her just copy you shaking your head. It's one of the funniest times. So someone said, how old is Blake now? She is going to be a year this Sunday. You guys will see the birthday vlog. 6 more days and she'll be a year old. That is so crazy. Comment down below if you've been here since the beginning. I think she was just like 3 months old when I started this and like 2 months old when I started TikTok. So comment down below. I want to see how many people have stuck with us. It's crazy how fast time goes. The next question is how to deal with feeling alone as a 19-year-old mom, single mom. This is hard. I feel this a lot too, so you're not alone. It's just keeping yourself busy and just thinking it as, you know, you're raising this life and like she or he is depending on you and they look up to you. And that put my mind in perspective. I'm like, they're looking up to me. Like Blake is looking up to me to show her what's right and wrong, and I'm literally guiding her through this world, and I just think that's amazing. So feeling alone, just think to yourself, you are literally guiding this kid into this world and you are their idol. And I just find that amazing, and it helps me feel better, as well as keeping busy. Make sure you're not just like sitting around, because I do struggle with postpartum depression, and I have found that keeping myself busy and keeping myself going and keeping that mindset of being Blake's idol, then it helps a lot. The next question is there a connection between you and the baby daddy? So there is not. Sorry, the air conditioning just turned back on, so that's what you guys are gonna hear. But there is not a connection between the baby daddy and me. We have a really good friendship going, so I'm super happy about that. We have just a good life going, so I really love that we are finally able to co-parent and just be nice to each other. So that is the only connection we have, is as friends. The next question is, how far along were you when you told your parents you were pregnant? So I found out when I was like 5 weeks pregnant, and I told them like a few days later. I didn't keep it a secret. I was too scared to keep it a secret. So I just told them like a day later that I found out. The next question is, what is the hardest thing about raising a child? So this is kind of a hard question because everything is hard. I mean, most things are hard. It's just time, money, being on them all the time, watching them all the time. It's really hard to be a mom. And it's going to be hard to be a mom at any age, I believe. But, you know, you have priorities and you have to put those above everything else. So that is, you know, really hard to keep that mindset that this is your number one priority for the rest of your life, at least until they're 18, you know. And you need to focus on them and nothing else. And that is also hard to just switch your mindset from just thinking about yourself to thinking about this other kid, where you have to watch them every second and making sure they're okay. The next question is, what do I look for in a potential boyfriend, physically, financially? So physically, I don't have any like preferences. I think it's more about the personality in the guy. Financially, I mean, I just want them to be hardworking. I don't want them just like staying at home and has no job and like no goal in life. So I'm definitely wanting to find a guy who is just hardworking and has a fun personality and who will accept Blake. But like I said, I'm not looking for anything right now. I just am focusing on Blake, and I wouldn't bring them into Blake's life for a while because I want to keep, you know, guys separate for her for a little bit, because I don't want, if anything, guys to come in and out of her life. So there definitely won't be any guys around her soon. The last question I'm gonna do today is, I'm a soon-to-be teen mama and I'm terrified for labor. Any tips? So labor is different for everyone, honestly, but when I went into labor, I took a shower for about 2 hours. I recommend taking a shower, a hot shower, but always take water with you, because I almost passed out and I had my friend come in and bring me water while I was in the shower. So I definitely recommend to take a hot shower, because honestly it helped until my mom came home. I was just in the shower. The warm water helps the contractions. I just recommend sitting in there. Labor, I got the epidural. I honestly think it helped. I mean, it helped 100%. If you're willing to get the epidural, I would say get the epidural. Otherwise, everyone's different and you're gonna do great, and don't be nervous. It is an amazing thing bringing a baby into this world, and you are literally either gonna get a C-section or push it out, and either way is amazing, and you got this. And also breathe. Don't hold your breath when you have contractions. Make sure you just breathe through it. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for asking these questions, and stay tuned for this Sunday's vlog of Blake turning 1. Thank you guys for sticking so long with us, and I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below for more videos. Bye guys.